looking at speed, and we were realizing that it's just the distance you travel over a period of time. So we were just working how far you go in an hour, and that was obviously your speed in miles per hour. Now, what we're going to be looking at again today is distance time graphs. So you've just got to get behind these. So all I want to do is just spend a bit of time looking at one, and then really you should be able to answer all the various types of questions that come up with regard to them. So here's a classic question, okay? So we've got time going along the bottom. So that's just the day starting off at 10 o'clock, and then 11 o'clock, then 12 o'clock, then 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and so on. And you've got the distance from home, say, at the bottom. So she starts off at home, so she's no miles from home, and then you've got mileage going up on the side in kilometres. So the first thing you really need to do with these questions is just get to grips with the scale. Can you see at the bottom that we've gone from 10 o'clock to 11 o'clock? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 steps. Okay, so you've just got to work it out. You've got to break an hour down into 4 steps, 1, 2, 3, 4. So each of those is going to be 15 minutes. So just get that clear in your mind, because that would change from question to question. So every single little one here is a 15-minute gap. Okay, so we've got 10, then 10:15, then 10:30, then 10:45, then 11. So just make sure each question you establish that, because it's very easy to get these wrong. And then obviously going up the side, you can see that every 2 squares was 20. So you can see these must be going up in tens. So that's quite an easy one. So what are we actually saying here? Okay, we left home. What time did we leave home? So we left home at that point that I'm just doing with a red dot. That's when we left home. So we left home at 10:15. So the question said, what time did you leave home? We left home at 10:15. You can then see we were travelling at a constant speed, that bit on the branch I've just done in green, for 15 minutes. That's taken us to 10:30. So if the question said, how far were you from home at 10:30? You just take a reading and you'd say, I was 30 kilometres from home. Okay, so what happened in that next stretch? What happened in the car journey where I've just done in orange? Well, obviously she wasn't moving at that point. She'd obviously stopped, okay? She stopped for a period of time. So the question could say, Sally stopped twice. How long was her first stop for? So you'd have to go and say, right, that first stop is from 10:30 until 11 o'clock. She stopped for 30 minutes. Okay, now the question might go and say, what was her furthest distance from home? Okay, so you would just take that reading at the top and say the furthest distance from home was 90 kilometres. Okay, the question might say, how long was her longest stop? So that would be that bit at the top there. How long is that for? That would be for 3 squares. That would be for 3 lots of 15 minutes. That would be for 45 minutes. The question might say, what time did she get home? Well, that's going to be the time right at the bottom where the line joins the x-axis again. So that's going to be at 13:15 down at the bottom. Okay, down at the bottom. Now, another classic question is, what was the total length of Sally's journey? Okay, what was the total distance she travelled that day? Well, she travelled 90 kilometres in total going outwards, but don't forget she then travelled back home again. She travelled another 90 kilometres back, so that's 180 kilometres in total. So you've just got to get behind these graphs. The classic mistake is people almost think they're like climbing up a hill and then along a flat bit and they're climbing up a hill and so on. That's not what we're saying. You've just got to get behind the graph. So I'm hoping you won't find these too tricky, guys. So I think I'd rather just let you get on with the questions and then I help you if you get stuck. So good luck. If somebody could just wave to confirm that the Dr. Frost questions are, you can see them, that would be great. Thank you, guys.